some unknown reason, programs of Reploids are suddenly erased. The Reploids stopped moving, and almost seemed like they had become hollow shells. This phenomenon was named erasure, and began to frighten the Reploids. Lagos Island in the Southern Ocean. Here is where the Reploid Research Laboratory is located. One day, the readings of Reploids had instantly vanished. A lot of Reploids were erased. What happened in this island? Maverick Hunters X and Zero received the orders and head into action. Well, it's great to see that these old Capcom games had stellar translation and grammar checking. Hola amigos, it's Mega Man Xtreme 2. Right, so as you see here, I've unlocked everything, and you guys may have seen the X mission and Zero mission videos I posted earlier. But that's not what we're focusing on, and I already unlocked boss attack, but we'll cover that later. X mission and Zero mission, before we start the actual game, are just simple little things. Each one has... they're pretty much the game's easy modes, and allow you to know how to play as the characters. They each have 4 Mavericks, etc, 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 and then a couple of Sigma stages. But we're going to be doing Extreme mode. Now, Extreme mode is considered hard mode, but it's also considered the full game in this version. So you are now on Lagos Island, where the erasure incidents have happened. What's the situation there?
I have found some Reploids that are out of commission, and the others have become Mavericks. Iris, we will begin to check the surrounding area. Can you offer support?
Okay, but please don't get too wild and bite off more than you can chew.
Don't worry, Iris.
Oh man. So, for those unfamiliar with this is Mega Man Xtreme 2 on Game Boy Color. Right, so you have the option to play as X, and there's also an option to switch to Zero. Now you can't do this until you unlock the Fortress stages in their respective missions. But anyway, this is the intro stage, as you may have noticed. Alright, these enemies continuously respawn if you give them enough time, I think. Okay, never mind. Alright, so we're gonna be playing as, through X's side of the intro stage. Depending on who you beat that wall enemy with, you can either play as X or Zero through this intro stage, and each one has their own little separate rooms. Did you find anything, X?
Yes, I found something. The island is filled with the Mavericks that I thought we had destroyed.
What? Did they come back by themselves? Or is there someone behind their resurrection? We must find out.
I'll go and check it out.
Okay, let's meet up again later. So X goes down below, and gets his little intro stage. Nifty. I honestly like this game. I like this game a lot. It's not a particularly great game. I just really like this game for some reason. It was... Now, first off, I have an odd story with this game, and I'll explain how I first heard this game. Now, there's a site that I usually go to for used to go to as a kid for walkthroughs called the Mega Man homepage. It wasn't really the best site in the world to look for things at and stuff, but it did have all the boss weaknesses and all the armor locations and stuff like that. So while it wasn't complete, it was good enough if you needed to beat any of the games. Any of the games of which weren't Battle Network games. Because the Battle Network 5 walkthrough confused the pants off of me. Anyway, we're going to be fighting the intro boss here. I have more stories to tell, but let's just beat this intro boss first.
What's this place? The enemy is coming.
And here's the boss! Level 1 boss fight. Anyway, this is an easy enough intro boss. He takes a lot of damage from X-Buster. He takes more damage, actually, than any other boss. Pretty much, all you have to do is just jump and use charge shots and not, get hit. Getting hit is usually a bad thing. To my knowledge, he's the only boss that actually takes variable damage from charge shots, something that we're gonna see later on. Which is a really odd design choice, but that doesn't matter because we killed it, and now for a cutscene. Are you alright, Zero? There seems to be so many more enemies. This is crazy. What is their purpose, anyway? I must find out. God, I love my derpy little X voice. Alright. So in order to add more content to these videos, I'm going to be playing through multiple levels at one time. Not like one level a video like I did with the previous stories and stuff. X-Zero, we've just received... What is it, Iris? Is it you who has broken into my island? Who are you? I'm the Soul Eraser. I erase the souls of evil Mavericks. That can't be. What do you really do? And watch, by asking what he really does, he just like... It takes courage to ask someone like me a question like that. Interesting. Well then, let's play a little game. There are 8 guardians on this island. Retire all of them, and then I will battle you. These silly games are pointless. It seems that retiring 8 might be easier than persuading 1. You're very quick, Zero. My name is Garrett. Don't forget it! Exclamation point. Garrett, I can't find any data on such a Reploid in our database. Plus, we have found unfamiliar items. We have also found DNA data that was draining out of the enemies. They seem to have been resurrecting enemies by somehow utilizing DNA. You're erasing the Reploid's DNA in order to create items? Seems so. A Reploid's DNA is like that of a human soul. From now on, let's call it a DNA soul. Let's not! Okay, we may be able to create something useful from Maverick's DNA souls. We can't leave Maverick's souls alone. We must also find the souls of the erased Reploids. Let's gather the DNA souls. Oh man, that's a doozy. That is a doozy. That's a doozy. Okay. So, right, now we've got our choice of 8 little Mavericks to beat. 1 little, 2 little, 8 little Mavericks. Now there are a couple of things we have to note. First off. In order to 100% complete this game, we have to beat certain bosses with certain characters to get certain weapons. It's not like in Mega Man X8, where if you beat one boss with one specific character, you get the weapons for all 3 playable characters. So you have to beat specific bosses. Now, we are going to need X's version of the Fire Wave. We're also going to need the Drill Fang and the Lightning for Zero. But that's all I know. Still, I'm going to beat all... These top 4 bosses are X's bosses, and these bottom 4 bosses are Zero's bosses. So I'm going to beat the X bosses with X and the Zero bosses with Zero. Fair enough. Let's do Wire Spawn. Because his name is weird. It's like sea cucumber, actually. I don't know. Alright! Switch into Zero right away, because... Hard tank, just like an X2. Most of the level designs for ones that are, the Mega Man X and X2 Mavericks, the level designs are pretty much copied from X and X2, with a couple of exceptions here and there. The Fortress also takes off heavily from X1, or at least for the first stage. The first stage seems to be a medley of X1 characteristics, mixing in a bit of Boomerang Kawanger with a bit of the second Fortress level in terms of its graphics and stuff. Anyway, so we go through here and fall, because here's Zero's first armor capsule already. Enter this capsule. Take this leg brush. This upgrade will allow you to crush certain blocks. Alright, so we air dashed in, and Zero got his first armor part. Leg Crush is going to be useless to us unless we're going for the sub-tank and Flame Mammoth stage, which, well, we are going to be doing that. Alright, now we have to dodge Nosy Bonk here. Alright, there's that. Oh, that one changed its timing. Why did it do that? I don't even know. But see, these levels are mostly faithful from the X2, or this level is mostly faithful from the X2 version. I really like this level, honestly. Even I love this level's music, for one thing. It's just really kickin' music, I think. Anyway, we can do this platforming as X. We don't need to be Zero to do that. Though being Zero certainly is helpful, as it always is. We've gotten everything in the stage. Now, elevator action from Boomerang Kawanger's level. I can't remember if this was an X2. I'm sorry. Anyone who's a big X2 fan, I have no idea. Anyway, and we're coming up against the boss. My throat's getting sore from doing voices. Wire Sponge! Okay. Wire Sponge here fights pretty much like he does in the games that he appeared in. The thing is, he will take 2 damage from any kind of X-Buster shot. And in fact, this is a trait that all the bosses seem to share for some reason. We don't have any sub-tank evidence. Crap. Crap on a cracker. Oh well. And Desperation Attack! Gotta hit this attack. Okay. No, Wire Sponge, I will not let you... Oh. Well, maybe I'll accidentally let you kill me, but... Oh man, he's not giving me much room to work with! No, 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 losing to Wire Sponge is not my idea of a good time. Oh man, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing good Well, Wire Sponge is pretty easy, and he's a pretty fast fight. We can always do this fight again. Hey, it's Wire Sponge. What's the worst that could happen? You just gotta be more careful, that's all. Because it really boils... It's not that Wire Sponge is difficult, it really just boils down to player mistakes. Yeah, you know, like fighting Shin Akuma in Super Street Fighter 4. I mean, his AI is made to trip you up and try to counterattack when you make mistakes. And if you're like me, you're inevitably going to make mistakes in the Shin Akuma fight. Though it is fully possible to beat him on hardest, like what I did, somehow. Anyway, that was Wire Sponge, and since we killed him with Zero, we're gonna get Zero's first technique. Lightning! This is... we need it in order to get all the armor parts. Lightning is pretty decent, I guess. It's not exactly the most powerful or reliable technique in the world, but for what it does it. It does what it does well. So, I think we have a bit of time left, so let's fight Flame Mammoth as well. Let's add some content to this. Additional content that should have been on the disc in the first place. Or, in the sake of Marvel vs. Capcom 3, additional content that's already on the disc. Alright, so, for those of you who have seen earlier when I had the X's story videos up, you're gonna love the biggest change in this level on Xtreme mode, in terms of making it more difficult. Really, you're gonna love it. I love this music, too. I love a lot of the music in this game. See these fireballs? I'm gonna do my best not to touch these fireballs in particular, because there's a reason. And I'll explain that reason in due time. If I get hit by them, then you'll see me explaining my reason. I mean, I know that you're leaving. You must have your reasons. Oh, wait, hold on. Stop putting Blink-182 for a second into this. Alright, so right now we're gonna need Zero to make this jump, but yay! Zero says, hey, what's going on? And gets our second sub-tank! It's a human sub-tank. It's a human centipede. Okay, I really don't want to get hit by these fireballs, so... The life up is right there, by the way, like it is in the, Super Nintendo version. It's just that... Oh, God, you can't freeze this lava in the Game Boy Color version. Okay. Nope, and the lava damages me. But what happens if I touch the fireball? The fireball is instant kill. And Zero is now up by 2 heart tanks. That's alright, I guess. I mean, because there's 8 heart tanks total, so as long as I keep track of who has how many heart tanks, it's alright, alright? It's alright. Because heart tanks move in mysterious ways, right? I better not have quoted a U2 song, or I will feel so very cheated. So cheated. Cheated for at least 3 hours. I'm not gonna say cheated for days, because I don't want Josh Jepsen to sue me. I'm sorry, Josh Jepsen. I really wish I could have been a better woman to you, but no. It amuses me how getting crushed by these only deals 1 damage. Getting hit by the enemies deals 3 damage. It's silly. But anyway, this segment with the rolling gabiles and everything. Okay, we're gonna be fighting Flame Mammoth with Zero, but we do have to beat him with X. Flame Mammoth gains a new attack in Extreme mode, by the way, which I think we'll be able to show. Yeah, we are going to be able to show— oh my goodness, he's coming towards me. He's coming towards me, that's not good. Playing a Zero makes dodging these attacks a bit easier. Okay, we just need to get him one more shot with X. Come on, let's do it! There we go! I am kicking names and taking axe. Alright. That was uncalled for, but I did it anyway. And we get the fire wave! Oh, it's a bit different than it is in X1, but... cutscene! They have been very entertaining. It is unwise to allow them to act on this island. They should be terminated immediately. Not yet. I want the data on the Maverick Hunters. The more they fight, the stronger they would become. Thus better data would be acquired. We have acquired enough data, so we don't need any more. You must have noticed how dangerous it is to fight both of them at once. At the same time. I'm sorry, I forgot my line. True. It is too dangerous to fight them at once. Let's enjoy watching them for a while. One of the Guardians may get lucky and destroy them. It is very unlikely, but if you say so. I can hardly wait to meet them. Oh man. I don't know if I've actually said my thoughts on her character. Or in the previous videos, I don't know. Either way, we're at 20 minutes and we beat 3 levels, so that's a pretty good point to stop. So we're gonna do more levels next time. So until then, this is Tails Progress signing out. Stay tuned, everyone.